A game that really, really okay. Had I lived in this area and where I was only able to watch this game, like let's say Red Zone or like Sunday Ticket wasn't a thing, and
Mm.
I could only watch this game, it would have put me to sleep. Maybe halfway through the first quarter, I might have made it through the first quarter.
Maybe.
Um, Denver versus New York.
Yeah.
So I've been really, I don't want to say like trying to convince myself or like trying to well no, convince myself is probably the right
Hmm.
word, but like, ever since the first game this season, it's like, all right, like Jets are gonna heat up.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers
Yep.
is gonna, like, I said before this game, before this matchup, like, time for an Aaron Rodgers classic.
Yes.
Vintage A Rod.
Yep.
And we did not get that. And I mean, I'm not gonna solely put it on Aaron Rodgers, but just, I mean, okay, Jets versus Broncos. What do you expect?
Yep.
10-9?
No.
Absolutely not.
Hell no. I mean, 3 years
Um,
ago, sure.
I
Um,
believe the Jets went. Okay, here it is. Jets went fumble, punt, 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 field goal, punt, punt, field goal, punt, field goal, punt, loss of downs, missed 50-yarder for the game. So,
yeah. I
games
mean,
in their
even if
hands.
they hit the 50, like I'm less concerned about them winning. The fact that they had to be in a position where they had to kick a 50-yarder
Mm-hmm.
to win a fucking 19-point total game by 3,
It
by
was the
2.
least. It was the least amount of total combined yards by both teams in the first half since 1991.
Beautiful.
It
This
was
is
a
any
beautiful
game.
game. Now,
That's
now was it
awesome.
a little rainy? Sure.
They seem
But
to blame
like,
a lot of that on the rain, whatever.
but like,
Aaron's played in the rain before. Aaron was in Green Bay for a while. He's played
Aaron
in
played in
snow. He's
Green
played in
Bay.
everything.
Like, he's
He
okay. He's
should be
fine.
okay playing in Denver.
But I'm trying to, and it's hard. And I felt myself still doing it after this loss, and I'm like still trying to convince myself that Aaron Rodgers can still like somehow go out like Brady.
I think he still can. Um, but he, again, like I said a while ago, I think he picked the wrong group of people to do it with.
See,
Um, I don't want to put all this on Aaron, and I don't think it's all on Aaron, but um, I think there was a reason Nathaniel Hackett got fired by the Broncos, and then they bring him in as an OC, which to me, I don't know. Like the only reason they brought him in was because Aaron said he liked him. The only reason they brought in Alan Lazard and Randall Cobb last year and all these guys is because Aaron likes them. Um,
yeah, I
Aaron
mean it
hasn't.
was the full Brady type of situation in Tampa. It's
Yeah,
just
but Brady brought in this
no,
year and
but
that there,
Brady
but
wanted Gronk. Brady wanted Antonio Brown.
and he
Brady,
wanted Edelman and all this stuff. But Brady seemed to pick at least the right coaching staff. Bruce Arians is a great head coach. He seemed to. I can't remember who their OC was, but um, I don't know. I don't want to shit on. I don't think the Jets are out of playoff contention or whatever, but this is a terrible look.
but at the end of the day, this whole Aaron Rodgers wanted this coach. Aaron Rodgers wanted that. It doesn't matter. It's still on like the head office to make the best decision.
Yeah.
So, if
Well,
anything, it's on them to be dumb enough to just go, okay, Aaron Rodgers wants it. We'll make it
yeah,
happen.
yeah,
Like maybe we sit down and give him like options and be like, all right, like, are you sure? Like you like
yeah.
let's like, really look at your
And they,
options.
I mean, I know they had Zach Wilson last year, but they gave Nathaniel Hackett a full year, and they still liked what they saw, even though their defense was the one winning the most of their games. And their defense did well this game to hold the Broncos to 10. And this Jets team should
So
have won by fucking 35.
it's really disappointing, and I would just really hate to see Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. I mean, because here's the thing: it's like, all right, well, if you can't win a Super Bowl, it's like, can you at least like still like go out there and look like MVP Rodgers? Can you still go out there and like
See,
just go nuts? Like
I don't think he needs
maybe.
to look like MVP Rodgers to make the playoffs. But with Aaron, like for him to I don't know. Like, obviously,
You sure? He might have to.
he might at this point. But honestly, like, with Aaron, it's like his whole career has been making the playoffs, or most of his career has been making the playoffs and never winning the Super Bowl and this and that. I mean, I don't know how much. I don't think there's no way this team is going to win the Super Bowl.
I'm just saying, if this wasn't Aaron Rodgers,
Mhm.
and we looked at a quarterback who joins a team, tears his ACL or his Achilles,
Yeah.
misses the whole season, he's 40 years old going into the second season,
Yeah.
and things are not looking too good.
Yeah. No.
Things aren't looking great. Things aren't looking as good as we thought it was going to look.
Yeah. This would be like if Joe Flacco got hurt right now.
Well, I mean,
and then came back and we expected the Colts to win a championship.
I mean, and I'm not saying he don't deserve it, but Kirk is getting a lot more, a lot more, I guess shit on his name.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's all about like just to me. I think it's just where you are on the pedestal. Like if Aaron Rodgers didn't have the resume Aaron Rodgers had, people would be shitting on Aaron Rodgers the last 2 years a lot more, or be a lot more worried or a lot more spectacle. And it seems like nobody's bringing it up yet, and it's. And maybe this is an overreaction. Maybe it's just a bad game. And
probably is, but I mean, after a game this bad, it's hard to see any hope in this team. Obviously, we know what the defense can do and what the offense is supposed to do. Yeah, we got to see more games out of this team, but I don't know. I mean, there was a lot more hope last year if Aaron hadn't been hurt. A lot more hope before the season because it was Aaron's fresh. You had new young receivers coming in. You got all this happening. And we didn't really know the problems that the Jets had. We're going to start to see all of that this year unless they lock the fuck in.
I mean, I wouldn't say Aaron Rodgers is screwed in this whole, Jets era, Jets run, but I was before last season started like Jets could be in the AFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like Jets
need to make the playoffs.
Like Jets, yeah. Like I'm worried.
I mean, they don't have the Dolphins to worry about this year. Obviously, they're not worrying about the Pats.
I want to see Jets Bills. That's what I really want to see. Jets Bills, that matchup. I mean, we'll get it twice.
No, yeah.
So I mean those would be very telling games. I think for both of them. But